The military outpost on Icarian 7 was supposed to be quiet. A research facility, hidden behind the glowing blue dunes and silicate storm fields, protected from the outside by a perimeter shield, and a small team of human soldiers on rotating assignment. Sergeant Luke Rayner was 2 weeks into his 3-month tour when things got complicated, and it all started with a fridge. Luke had been overseeing containment protocols in the base's biochemical lab, a secure wing deep beneath the main facility. The lab stored experimental combat serums, mostly still in testing. One was called Arouses 9, a biochemical enhancer designed to trigger intense adrenal spikes, supposedly to fuel instinctive survival responses in the field. The serum, still unstable, had one major flaw. In 60% of test cases, it had a side effect, aggressive physical arousal. For humans, it was a joke among the squad, nicknamed Combat Tinder Juice. Highly classified, highly volatile, and definitely not meant for consumption. Which is why Luke nearly had a heart attack when he returned to the lab after a shift and found Carol, the alien diplomat assigned to observe human biological research, holding one of the glowing vials with her delicate, claw-tipped fingers. Her kind, the Lysari, were humanoid, ethereal in appearance, with skin that shimmered with faint iridescence and eyes like liquid starlight. Carol was no soldier. She was a xenobiological liaison from the Lysari Harmony Council, quiet, intelligent, intensely curious. She had only recently begun asking questions about human biochemistry, often tilting her head in fascination whenever he explained metabolism, muscle recovery, or hormones. He hadn't thought she would go exploring alone. Luke's voice came out in a harsh shout. "Carol, wait, don't touch that." Too late. The vial was already open, its contents dripping into the nutritional drink she was holding. She blinked at him, then took a sip before he could stop her. There was a moment of silence. Luke froze, hand outstretched, eyes wide. That was Carol, that wasn't water, that was Arouses 9. She tilted her head. It tasted unusual. Like fruit oil. What is Arouses 9? Oh no, Luke muttered. It's not dangerous, but it's not meant for Lysari. We don't know what it'll do to your physiology. She blinked again, and then staggered slightly. Her eyes widened. She looked down at her hands, then at him. My chest is warm, she said, and I feel strange, pulses, rapid. Is that normal? Damn it, Luke said, running toward her. We need to get you to medbay now. He guided her quickly down the corridor, but by the time they reached the lift, she was breathing hard, her skin glowing brighter than usual, like light pulsing from within. I don't understand, she whispered, gripping his arm. Everything feels heightened, like I'm vibrating. I can hear your heartbeat even from here. It's the serum. It triggers primal responses. You're probably experiencing something like a hyper-emotional adrenaline rush. She stopped walking. Toward you, Luke hesitated. Toward anything that your brain associates with safety, strength, comfort. Which in this case might be me. Carol stared at him, stunned. That's very confusing. No kidding, he said, and guided her into the medbay. The station AI ran a full scan. No sign of permanent damage. No toxic reaction. But the AI confirmed what Luke feared. The serum had triggered a Lysari neural bloom, accelerating hormonal and emotional processing by over 400%. Essentially, Carol's feelings, whatever they had been before, were now being amplified far beyond her control. I must leave the room, Carol said suddenly. If I stay near you, I may act on instincts I don't fully understand. Luke sighed. Carol, I'm not leaving you alone like this. That stuff is dangerous. You're not yourself right now. But I want to be near you, she whispered. And I don't want that desire to be false. I don't want it to be because of the serum. He looked into her eyes, saw the conflict, the vulnerability, and his heart ached, not from attraction, though it was there, but from concern, deep human empathy. Then we wait, he said gently. I'll stay nearby, not too close, until it passes. And so they waited, 4 hours, then 6, then 10. The pulsing glow of her skin faded slowly, her breathing steadied, and eventually she looked at him with clear eyes again. I feel like myself again, she whispered. Luke smiled. Then tell me something. What do you feel now? Carol stood, stepped toward him. Her gaze was calm, steady. Gratitude, warmth, curiosity. And perhaps the beginning of something else. Even without the serum, he asked, half teasing. She nodded. Yes, perhaps it only revealed what was already there, buried. The incident was reported to command, but the details were sealed. Too risky for public files. Carol insisted on staying at the outpost, even after her observation tour ended. She said her interest in human biology had taken a deeply personal turn. They spent more time together after that, real time. No chemicals. No accidental experiments. Just long walks under the moons of Icarian 7, shared meals, laughter. He taught her how to play Earth chess. She taught him how to read Lysari emotional resonance patterns, a kind of aura poetry her people used to express feelings they couldn't say aloud. And then one night, under the violet skies of the planet, she leaned into him and said, I don't need a serum to feel drawn to you anymore. I never needed one, Luke replied softly. But I'm glad it happened, even if it scared the hell out of me. Carol's hand brushed his, glowing faintly. Next time I drink something, I'll ask first. Years passed. They remained on Icarian 7, leading joint medical research operations. Their bond, first accidental, then awkward, then undeniable, became one of the first officially sanctioned human-alien pairings under the United Colonial Charter. Whenever people asked how it started, Luke would grin and say, she drank something that made her want to kiss me. But the real magic happened after it wore off. And Carol, she would simply smile, take his hand, and whisper, no serum required.